Why is trading so hard? If you've ever felt like the market is working against you, you're not alone. You've probably heard the statistic that 90% of traders fail. Why is that? And how can you beat the odds and be in the top 10% of traders? Today, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to break down the real reasons that trading feels so challenging, and more importantly, how you can overcome the challenges that most traders face. Okay, I'm Derek. I run a trading community called the Legacy Profits Club. I have been where you are. Okay, every trader has felt frustrated, every trader's felt overwhelmed, and every trader has wondered at some point if it's even worth it to continue trading. Can I really do this? And the truth is, trading is hard, but it's not impossible. Okay, with the right mindset, with the right strategies, with the right tools, you can turn the odds in your favor. So let's dive into the top reasons that trading feels so tough and the practical steps that you can take to succeed. The first reason is emotions, okay? Trading is a psychological game as much as it is a technical game. As a matter of fact, the setups and learning to read market environments, those are crucial to like becoming a great trader, but they are also the easiest part. They really aren't that complicated. That's why there are so many people that teach them. Anyone can get good at technical analysis, at reading market environments and stuff like that with just enough practice. Where most people struggle and what causes, I believe, the statistics about the 90% of traders failing more than anything else is the inability not to master the setups, but to master themselves. So emotions typically show up in a couple of areas for you. First is going to be fear. This looks a lot of times like analysis paralysis. This looks like not being willing to lose money, like you're afraid of taking risk, or it shows up as greed, wanting bigger wins, wanting to make up your losses really quick, which leads to revenge trading or like a gambling approach to trading or abandoning your plan altogether once you are into a trade. So, if emotions are a big hindrance for us, how do we overcome those emotional barriers? There are two ways that I want to give you today. Okay, the first is this: you need a plan, and you need a plan in writing. Not only do you need a plan, that plan needs to be really, really detailed. What is the market environment that your setup works in? What is happening on the charts when your setup works? What are your rules for entry? What are your rules for exits? Where are you going to place your stop losses? How do you determine your position sizing? Those are the type of questions that you need to be answering, and you need to write those things down. Because when you write stuff down, you're doing a couple things for yourself. First, it's going to help solidify your plan. When you have something in writing, when you have like a standard operating procedure of things, what this is going to do for you is it's going to help you follow steps instead of relying on emotion or intuition, which can lie to you. Okay. Second, what it's going to do is it's going to give you a rubric for reviewing your trades. So if your plan is in writing, it's going to be really, really easy for you to spot what you did wrong. And it's going to be really, really easy for you to figure out how to correct what you did wrong. So, for example, for me, I have a playbook that I use for trading, and it has about 8 or 9 different strategies in it that I use that have specific entry rules, specific exit rules that I've developed over years and years of trading. And they help me find trades in any market environment. They help me spot the technical setups, and I don't even have to think about them anymore at this point because I've basically have them memorized, but I also have them written down. And I've been using this for years, and I still to this day go and I review my trades on a regular basis. And I also update my win rate. I update my profit factor for each strategy every single month. So I know exactly at any point which of my trades are working and in what environment they're working in. And so a written plan is something that every single trader needs. As a bonus, I actually share this playbook with every single person in my trading community. So you can take it, you can learn from it, you can use it for yourself, you can adapt it, make it your own, whatever. That's out there for anybody that's a part of my community. Second thing I want to encourage you with is I want to encourage you to journal your trades. Okay. This is a game changer for emotional trading. Because if you're not emotionally aware and you're not self aware of how you're feeling in the moment, like you're always going to struggle with emotional trading. The way that you become self aware as a trader is through reflection. And the way that you reflect is through journaling your trades. Now, I'm not talking about spending hours every single day trading. I'm talking about using a software or a trading journal like we also give people in our trading community each day to just put your trades down and look to see where you can improve. Compare that with your plan that you've written down and see not only how you executed the trade, but see your emotions during those moments. What was I feeling as I was going into this trade? How was I feeling in the trade? How was I feeling as I got out of the trade? Because what you're going to do as you're analyzing your emotions is you're going to learn to recognize those emotions in the moment. And once you can like recognize the emotions that you're feeling in the moment, that's going to help you be able to compensate for those emotions and trade with a clear head. You do not have to be controlled by your emotions. And the way that you overcome emotional trading is with a plan that you have written down and then regular reflection on your trading. The second reason that trading is so hard is because of information overload. Information overload. So the reality is there are endless strategies out there, there are endless indicators, there are endless opinions out there, and it's easy to look at all of the options in front of you and just feel absolutely overwhelmed. If you spend any time at all on social media, you spend time in Discord chats, you spend time on YouTube researching how to trade, you are going to learn 100 different ways to trade and 100 different indicators to use that all promise you results. And that's both the beauty and the downside of trading. The beauty is it's actually never been easier to learn trading strategies than it is right now. The downside is a couple of things. First, not every single trading strategy is created equal. There are lots of really bad trading strategies out there. The second is and on top of that, it's also really hard to know which educators that you should trust. And even the best educators out there, what they're doing is they're teaching you to trade like them, which is a great starting point. But here's the reality. There are like 100 different ways to get results in the market. That's the beautiful side of tradings. And so the answer is not finding the perfect indicator. The answer is not copying someone else's trades. It's not learning to trade exactly like someone else. The answer is learning to trade like you. How can I do that? Well, trading may not be easy, but I am convinced that trading should be simple. So I would encourage you to simplify your trading, especially if you're just getting started or if you're struggling to see consistent results. Pick one or two strategies that align with your availability, your personality, that you easily recognize and can spot, and your goals. For example, if you're a beginner trader, start with something simple like an opening range break scalp, not a long-term trend trade, just an opening range break scalp to learn to spot the trade, or zoom out and swing trade. So a couple of my favorite setups for beginners are something I call my bread and butter breakout strategy. This uses the 15-minute range. So in other words, you mark the high and the low of the opening 15-minute candle or 5-minute chart, the opening three candles or whatever, and you use those as support and resistance lines. And then when it breaks out of those, you trade in the direction of the breakout for a scalp. I have a full walkthrough on how to execute this with precision in my community. Another example would be the small cap gap. Okay, this uses all of what I consider the necessary criteria for a trade that's going to maximize your chance at profitability. So this looks at things like market environment, catalysts, and a technical setup, and it gives you all of those in one trade and just lines things up perfect for you. I'm not going to go into detail on that one. I do teach that one for free on this channel. The linked video is at the end of this. You should definitely watch it if you want to learn how to trade a nice, easy beginner swing trading setup. The point is this, though, master something simple before you move on to other things. I may have 8 or 9 strategies in my playbook, but I'm not using those 8 or 9 strategies all the time. I'm usually using like 1 to 3 at most. You don't need 8 to 9 strategies that you can use. You can be wildly profitable with one strategy. And for beginners, especially as you're trying to overcome the difficulty of trading, less is more. So focus on quality over quantity with your trades. The final reason that trading is so hard is because people have unrealistic expectations, okay? There's this myth out there of overnight success. So if you just spend any time on the trading side of social media or YouTube or TikTok, you name it, there are so many fraudsters out there. And what they're doing is they're flashing Lamborghinis, they're flashing Rolexes. They tell you that you can make thousands of dollars every single day in your pajamas in just a few minutes a day by paying them like $100 a month, right? But here's the reality. Most of those traders that are teaching and flashing wealth, they're not even profitable. They will not show you their results. They won't actually execute trades live with you. They're making money duping gullible people. Trading is a skill, and skills take time to develop. So just like any skill at all, you become proficient at something with practice. And so if you want to master something, if you want to be the greatest at something, this is not something that's going to happen quickly. It's going to take time. There is no get rich quick scenario for traders. There's only showing up every single day and putting in the work to get a little bit better every day. Experience will eventually compound, but it's not quick and it's not easy. So, pro athletes practice every single day. They're learning new things all the time. They constantly push themselves. They hire coaches, they hire advisors, they hire mental health professionals. They put in work nonstop because they want to be in the top 1%. They want to be the best at what they do. Imagine if someone told you, hey, subscribe to my channel, pay me all of this money, and you can make it to the NBA in just 30 days using my strategy in just 10 minutes a day. You would look at that person like they're crazy. And yet, in the trading world, people fall for this all the time. I just want to tell you, there is no greatness in trading that doesn't take up significant time in your life. There's only luck, and luck runs out. And then you have to decide, am I going to put in the work to get better or am I going to quit? So set realistic goals. Instead of aiming for massive wins, focus on consistency. Focus on small, steady gains that add up over time. Focus on the base hits and put in work every single day to improve in one area of your trading. If you're feeling stuck, you're not alone. Okay, trading is tough, but you don't have to figure out trading by yourself. It's actually been statistically proven that you go further faster when you do something with other people, when you do something in community. And so surrounding yourself with a community of like-minded traders and having mentors can make a huge difference in your trading journey. So whether you're just starting out or you're looking to refine your skills, there are resources out there that can help you take the next steps. Let me tell you about one of them, okay? I run a community of traders known as the Legacy Profits Club. And we work with beginning and intermediate traders primarily to help them learn to trade and get consistent, and then from there to build the financial freedom that they're looking for. And so I teach strategies to overcome all of the difficulties that we've talked about in this video so that you can beat the odds and you can become one of the top 10% of traders who are profitable. And then you can go from that to becoming the top 1% of traders with enough work and effort. And so if you're interested, go click the link in the video description. Get started with a 7-day risk-free trial. Let's help get you where you want to go, okay? Trading is hard because it forces you to grow mentally, emotionally, and strategically. But that's also what makes it so rewarding for you. Start small, stay consistent, and focus on the process in the beginning, not just the profits. And if this video helped you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more trading education. That helps me know that people are watching this and that they're enjoying and learning from the content that I put out. And also let me know in the comments, what's been your biggest challenge for trading? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.